What's up, everybody? It is week 5, and we are doing our commissioner picks. We've got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Cleveland Browns down in the bottom right, over there, here, where they're there. Can't do that backwards. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into our picks. Weird week. We have a lot of disparity between the teams. So we're going to kick it off with Paul's Wonderwolf team versus Eric's Turd Ferguson team. 2-2 versus 1-3. I actually was going to give Paul a message and say, hey, fix your shit, but he has no quarterbacks. A lot of buys on it for his potential quarterback fill-ins. Um, yeah, so not looking great for you right off the bat there, Paul. Flea Flicker doesn't think it's going to get much better either, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on um, this matchup. I think it's going to be an easy win for Mr. Eric. Next, we're going to check out Mike's Mihal team versus Lyndon's Lyndon team. And same thing, Flea Flicker thinks it's going to be a blowout. We had a great game from Christian McCaffrey to start on Thursday. 2-2 Atwell, more than just a target. So we did get reminded that we get points for being targeted, but he went ahead and had some decent pickups actually. 4 targets, 2 receptions, 72 yards. For a 16-man league, that's that's rosterable. Those are good points to have there. So you gotta like it. I don't think it's gonna be much of a game here. It is gonna be a pretty big blowout. Um, just going through this real quick though, I'm not a huge fan of Tua, but they're playing against Carolina, who's garbage, at least so far. So I think it'll be a fine game. I think 20 points is too much. I like Walker. I'm not a fan of Waddle. Bateman at Baltimore with a backup quarterback. That's probably not going to be great, but he's projected for 5 points. So, like, come on. 2-2 Outwell got 8. Myers against Indiana. I think that'll be a tough one. And I kind of consider the wide receivers in for the Raiders the same way as I do the Bills, where it's like you're just kind of playing craps here, like which wide receiver is going to get lucky and fall into the end zone. So 12 points seems like a lot here. I wouldn't be betting on it, but let's see how that works out. Already talked about Carolina, Bryce Young. I am looking for him to start playing a little bit well, but I think the Bryce Young experience probably doesn't pan out like it should have. Sam Laporta, 11 points. I don't think he's going to get 11 points, but I still think it's a good play here. Overall, it's an easy victory for Mike's Mihal team. Next up, we're going into Peter Straight Cash Homies 4-0 team versus Jonesing for a win, sitting at 3-1. Brandon trying to make some moves this weekend. I can't remember if he actually did or not, but actually, I think it'll be a little bit closer than Flea Flicker is saying. So, taking a look at it here, Daniel Jones has been great. I think 20 points is doable against the Raiders, absolutely. Kyler Murray has been Kyler Murray's been leaving us wanting a bit here, right? And so I don't know what the fuck's going on with him and Marvin Harrison Jr., but they need to get that shit figured out if we're going to see Arizona actually play well. Dylan Gabriel already with 10 points, just up above here, and still playing right now. So I think he's looking okay. Like I think that's a good get, Brandon. So I think he's going to go over the 14 projected points. I don't think he's going to get you close to Herbert's 24 points, which I do think he gets at Washington, or actually at home against Washington. So overall, I do think Peter's got the leg up here on the quarterbacks. Getting into running backs, though, Kyron Williams doing Kyron Williams things on Thursday. I would expect Cook to cook this weekend. And Genty, I actually think he's going to get a lot of volume again as well. So I think he gets over that 15 points. Still not enough to beat Peters, Jonathan Taylor, and Kyron Williams combo. At flex, we've got Agbuka. That should be fun to watch. I think Mike Evans is still out, but Chris Godwin is back in. Agbuka should be the wide receiver one there. Trey McBride getting tons of volume, but again on Arizona. So like, come on, Kyler. That stack is sweet though. Gotta love that, Peter. On the other side, you got Woody Marks, which volume-wise, great. Let's see if he can repeat it again. I know Coach spoke highly of him, and Charbonnet's been fine. I think 9 or 10 points is doable. Um, we see Judy with 3 points right now. Should be. Thank you, Chris. Should be a pretty doable projected points, but again, just not enough to catch up with Peter's flex team or spots here, or his wide receivers here. So, ooh, I didn't catch this before. Chris Godwin and Egbuka. So that's interesting. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Debo Samuel should be doing well this weekend. I'm excited to see him play. With Jaden Daniels back, Hunter Henry can get fucked. I don't think he does much for you, but I don't think you're going to need it. It does look like just across the board you got at least a little bit of a leg up. So I am going to give the win here to Peter. That's going to keep him still undefeated. You have to love that. That is fantastic. Next, we're going to move into Vince's Nice Guys versus Mike's Buckies. Buckies are sitting at 3-1 right now, but Bucky Irving is not playing this weekend. Let's take a look at this. Flea Flicker has got it pretty darn close. Actually, this is the closest matchup for the weekend, if I remember correctly. Quarterbacks here are great. Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott versus Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford. Probably some of the best quarterback teams we've got here, best teams with quarterbacks. I mean, I love the combo here. Dak is playing great even without CD. Jalen Hurts is fantastic. Josh Allen, I think I saw some weird stat that he's had a receiving and rushing or passing and rushing touchdown like every week for since Jesus was crucified. So just gotta love that. Matthew Stafford, that dude throws such a fucking pretty ball. I mean, I know he's been in the league similar timeline to Josh Allen, like since before Jesus walked the earth, but like, god damn, he throws a good ball. He looked great on Thursday. Gotta love it. Rico Dowdle is a great start here at your RB spot. I mean, I think he's going to see a lot of volume here. Chuba Hubbard is out, in case you're wondering why I'm so pumped up about Rico. So I think that's a good play here against David Montgomery. Yeah, I mean, 12 points is certainly doable the way they split Gibbs and Montgomery, but I think I'll take Dowdle here. You got Henderson versus Michael Carter. I am excited for Michael Carter. Um, I am not as excited about Henderson. Let's see how he's been doing. I mean, he's been doing good, but at Buffalo, defense is gonna put up a little bit of a fight there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Michael Carter side here. I think Michael Carter gets some goal line touches, um, and I think Michael Carter might outtouch DeMarcado. So let's take a look at that. Maybe a slight advantage to Vince's running backs here, just because Montgomery could have those goal line touches as well over Gibbs. AJ Brown, what a freaking roller coaster it continues to be, but I like him over T. Higgins. I just, man, Cincinnati, I don't know. Like, what are you doing with them? You can't, like, you can start Jamar. I don't know if you feel good starting T. Higgins. And what a freaking leap there for the Browns. But yeah, I'm not feeling good starting T. Higgins here. I'm not feeling good starting AJ Brown either. But look at this freaking jump by Njoku. Get it, buddy. I like Michael Pittman this weekend against the Vegas Raiders. Nico Collins has been playing great though as well. I mean, he's been playing good. I think everyone's probably wanting him to do a little bit more. But like, you're not mad at this. Keon Coleman, I already talked about Buffalo. Their wide receivers, you either fall into the end zone or you're useless. Uh, you got Bill Krosky Merritt. Let's see how he does. I feel like he's tapered off a bit. Nah, he's just 50-50, boomer bust. Okay. Yeah, I mean, hopefully he's booming. Let's see. He is. I don't know. Are we thinking that he's a at-home warrior? Because he's done pretty poorly when away. If so, he's not going to do well this weekend. And defense from the Chargers is looking pretty stout. So maybe he doesn't do well this weekend. But he's also every other, you know. So who knows? I think it's going to be an away game for him. I don't think he's going to do well. So I'm fading him this weekend. Keon Coleman might actually play out. Not touching Mark Andrews in any leagues, and I'm not recommending him here for you, giving it to Warren. But I also am not a huge Hawkinson fan any longer. Sorry to my Minnesota Viking fans. I think that experiment has run its course. Um, Tight matchup. I am giving this to Vince. Vince's Nice Guys, and I fucked up the. There we go. took care of that. So now you're seeing that nice and clean. Nice job, Vince, taking you to 3-2. Bucky's moving to 3-2 as well. Next up, we got JP's all rookie team versus Nick's Wacko for Flacco. This is another one that's not super close, so since I spent so much time on the previous ones, I'm going to kind of zip through this. Jackson Dart looked good, and I expect him to look good here against the New Orleans Saints. Jaden Daniels also looks good. Spencer Rattler, so this is cool. We've got Jackson Dart on one side, Spencer Rattler on the other side. I think Jackson Dart plays a little bit better today, but Spencer Rattler has been improving. Gotta like that. Kareem Hunt, kind of a desperation play. Kendre Miller, I think we see volume pick up for him a little bit here. Kamara's not been super great. And yeah, I would just expect to see Kendre start to pick it up a bit. But on the other side, the running back duo here is ridiculous. Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers, J.K. Dobbins, and Khalil Shakir. All of those are outshining. They're parallel on JP's side. And then you got Jake Ferguson. So yeah, it should be a pretty easy win here. What a frickin' like Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers, J.K. Dobbins, Jameer Gill, Saquon Barkley. Golly, Nick, like what are you doing, man? You should be undefeated right now, and you're sitting at 2-2. Anyway, I'm giving you the win, but I do want to know what's the new name. Flacco's out, Dylan Gabriel's playing. What's it going to be next week? Let us know. Next up, we're looking at Sons of the Harpy versus Ian starting Bijan. Ian made a trade this week for Trevor Lawrence, who we see started there. Gotta love that. On the other side, Sam Darnold. Um, Not a good throw there for not a good play there for Cleveland. Sam Darnold's been fine. Like nothing crazy, but hey, he's doing fine. Against Tampa this weekend, that should be a challenge. But they are at home. I think 15 points for both of those is good. I cannot believe the Jacksonville Jaguars are 3-1. So let's see how that goes against Kansas City today. That would be a wild upset if they win. Brees Hall, Devon Achane, both of those are crushing Ian's running backs combo there. Keenan Allen still lives, and 12 points is doable. I mean, outside of that, though, damn, Njoku with a touchdown. Look at that. Dylan Gabriel. I don't know. Not sure Shadir's going to get some playtime here. Let's see. Anyway, back to our matchup. I think this might be decently close. Getting down into the flex positions here is where we start to see some differences. Rashad White ought to get some volume. I think Bucky might get, or the other guy, not Bucky because he's out. Sean Tucker might get the goal line work there a bit, but I think that's going to be a pretty nice split. Cortland Sutton versus Juwan Johnson. He's questionable. I don't think he gets to 10.5. He is questionable to play today, so keep an eye on that. And then you got Bo Nix versus Trey Tucker. Holy shit, what a week in week 3 he had. I don't think that's happening again. I should know that because I'm starting him in a league, but my God. You hope for it, but it's just not. I don't think it's going to happen. Tonjes looked good this past weekend, Ian. Nice job, dude. I know you and Vince were having some fun talking about the tight ends. So that looked good. Darren Waller might get a little bit more volume here with Tyreek out. Overall, though, I am giving the win to Yanni. And my God, my board is messed up, isn't it? Let's see if I can fix that while we're in the middle of our chat. Anyway, giving the win there to Yanni. Moving you on up, and we're going to move on to Teddy's Hydra versus Tyreek's cardiac arrest. I think this one's a pretty big blowout. Yeah, it's not super close, so I won't spend a whole lot of time here. Teddy has been playing well. Teddy and the team, sorry boys. We know this is a three-headed managed team, Hydra. And I think that the three-headed team is going to take the win here again, but just very quickly, Drake May. I think he's going to have a fun game, but a tough game here. 20 points might be a little bit high. Omarion has been looking good. Devontae Smith and the Eagles, they haven't had to throw a whole lot, so I'm just, you're looking at Devontae and you're thinking, I don't know. That's the outlier, right? So I'm not expecting a whole lot there. Brian Thomas Jr. and Jacksonville Jaguars, I think they're an enigma. I don't get it. And again, you're kind of like Devontae Smith. You're like, what the fuck? So anyway, Let's keep moving on. I actually think Cooper Kupp gets in the end zone this weekend against Tampa Bay. And I'm just going to call it. I know it's been weird, but I think Dallas Goddard might have a good game today. So I am giving the win to the three-headed monster, and that's Teddy, 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 or Hydra, Hydra, Hydra. Jesus Christ. I need to spend a little bit more time prepping my layouts over here. Last up, we've got my team versus Chris's team. Ligma Harball, Andy Reid versus Matt's MCAS team. Chris is currently showing no quarterback in the quarterback spot, so we do need to take care of that, but I think this is going to be a pretty easy win for me. Outside of that, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and as always, go Falcons.